Hey guys, it's your host, the Snack Gladiator, and today we have our first viewer submitted snack, or drink in this case. This was sent in by my friend. He is known as the Excel Gladiator. That's right, there's other gladiators out there. And he sent it with this card here, which I'll read in just a second. And he also sent this cool crab charm sticker. Bam. I'm going to create a 3D effect for you guys. See, it's even holographic and everything. Does it look like the crab is coming out of the screen and waving its pincers at you? Because that's the effect that I'm going for here. Anyway, thank you very much. And now I'm going to read the card. It says, "Dear Snack Gladiator, hope you enjoy this Mountain Dew and can make some good content out of it. I snagged the case on eBay and had some extras. Do the do. Excel Gladiator." Thank you very much, Excel Gladiator. He posts some pretty interesting content. I'll be posting the link in the description below. So the drink I have with me here today is the Mountain Dew Baja Blast Deep Dive. And if you haven't seen this flavor in stores, there's a good reason for that. It's because it was launched as part of the Lost Treasures of Baja contest, which ran from June to September of last year. And essentially the grand prize for that contest was a case of 18,000 of these drinks. 84 winners received a $1,000 debit card, and I believe it was 18,000 other winners received a 6-pack case of these drinks. So as of now, that promotion is the only way to get a hold of these drinks, although they do pop up on websites like Etsy and eBay. I'm not entirely sure what they go for, but I've seen cans or 2-pack or 2 cans go for $25, $35 in that range. Might be more, might be less, but clearly this is a fairly desirable flavor given that it's available in such limited quantities out there. And now the can itself is actually really cool. You can see here you have some tentacles in the back here, like some belonging to some kind of a deep sea monster. You see this snake looking creature there, a brave diver with a harpoon ready to fight it off if necessary. Here we have some kind of a mutant anglerfish looking creature. Very, very cool. That's kind of the highlight of the piece for me, I think. And then you get this kind of a wave down here. And back here, there's a bunch of little details. The more you look at it, the more you can see. Looks like, again, another little anglerfish swimming back there. And a bunch of little eyes belonging to who knows what staring out at you from the depths of the abyss. So they did a very cool job designing this can. They definitely put in a lot of effort, and I just enjoy seeing things like that. It just adds to the whole presentation of it. So I don't know if there are any plans to make this a permanent flavor, but for the time being, the only way to get it is to scour websites, as I mentioned, like eBay or Etsy, and try your luck on there. So without further ado, we're going to pour out this dew. Oh, crispy. All right. We'll post a picture of the nutrition facts here, as I mentioned, so you'll be able to, kind of assess that for yourself again. I'm not going to really talk through the whole nutrition facts because, let's face it, we're not drinking this for the nutrition value, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and first, before I pour it out, let me get a little whiff. There's definitely, it is vaguely reminiscent to Baja Blast. There's definitely Baja Blast tones to it. But I think it has a more pronounced, I'm getting like a artificial blueberry profile to it. It smells quite nice. I do like the way it smells. I'm gonna pour it out into the Gladiator chalice, which is, not quite a chalice, but we don't have to budget for a chalice on this show, so that's okay. So I'm pouring it out. And color-wise, it's very, very similar to the Baja Blast. Very similar. It's almost this blue-green aquamarine color. I'd say it's nearly if you were to pour them side by side, I think it would be similar. Although, if memory serves me correctly, and now that the fizz is dying down, this is significantly greener. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera there. I think Baja Blast is certainly leans more towards a blue color. Has a more of a bluish tint to it. This is certainly greener. So I do think it's the colors are a little bit different. Although to be fair, I've only had the Baja Blast, I believe, at Taco Bell when I poured over ice, and in the white cups, so that might throw me off a little bit. But I think this is a little bit darker, leaning more towards green now that the fizz has died down some. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a smell. Not as much of a smell in the cup. Again, I'm getting just very light, maybe vaguely blueberry notes to it. Some artificial fruit smell in there. Not much else other than that. So let's go ahead and give it a sip and see what it tastes like. And I'll be comparing it to the Baja Blast since that's the closest thing that I have to compare it to. Cheers. Okay. Yeah. That second sip in particular, I did get the sort of Baja Blast vibes a little bit, but it's also a little bit distinct in its own way. I think the most pronounced note I'm getting here is kind of that sort of blueberry note to it. This is pretty good. I have to say, I'm definitely enjoying this quite a bit. I don't know that the flavor is distinct enough from the traditional Baja Blast to make this an absolute must seek out. However, I have to say, if this became a regular, permanently available flavor, I think it would absolutely be worth picking up. And this is definitely something that I would enjoy trying. It's very refreshing. Doesn't have much of an aftertaste at all to it. Just a slight, just a slight little bit in the back of your throat, but nothing major. It's very pleasant. I could easily drink a whole can of this, no problem. So I know I keep comparing this to the Baja Blast, but that's basically because it's the flavor that's most readily available that I can compare it to. That it's available for anyone to try. I think going off of that, the Baja Blast has a stronger taste to me. If I, going off my recollection up front, this is a little bit more subdued, not quite as bold as the traditional Baja Blast, and then it settles more into this kind of like I said, this fruity kind of blueberry-ish type note, which if you've had anything with artificial blueberry flavor in it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is very nice. So I have to say, going based just on the can, I think I was expecting maybe something leaning more towards a grape flavor or a really, really strong blueberry flavor, but that's not really the case here. I think it's, again, it's, when you first taste it, there's definitely, if you've had the traditional Baja Blast, it's going to definitely come to mind when you try this. It's just Baja Blast mixed in with a little bit of something else in the background. I know some people said it's comparable to mixing Baja Blast with the Pitch Black Mountain Dew. However, I don't know how accurate that is, but there are some people that were saying that it's sort of a mix of those two flavors together. The Pitch Black was available, I believe, until 2019, and then it's since been discontinued. It was kind of available on and off for a while, and then they made it a full-time flavor then. So people are saying this kind of tastes like a combination of the two. Overall, I think this is definitely, if you're a Mountain Dew enthusiast, you kind of have to try this. If anything, just for the the exclusivity of it, and just I love the like I said, I love the artwork of the can and kind of the whole idea behind it. It's kind of the what lies beneath the traditional Baja Blast. It's a Baja Blast with a little bit of a twist to it. So as far as whether I think this is worth seeking out, I do think it's worth seeking out. This I do like the whole idea of you have the traditional Baja Blast, maybe it's the traditional sunny, cheerful, ocean refreshing type theme that they have going there, and then you have the deep dive. You have the mysteries of the deep, what lies beneath the surface of the ocean. I think it's a cool idea. I love the artwork. I kind of like the whole aesthetic that they're going for, and the flavor itself, I don't think it's incredibly distinct or game changing. However, it's very, very drinkable, very enjoyable. If you've had Baja Blast and you like that, I think there's a 95% chance you're gonna enjoy this beverage. So overall, I'm gonna give this a B plus. Thanks so much to my friend the Excel Gladiator for sending me this can. I wasn't even aware this was a thing, and I'm glad I had a chance to try it. I have no idea if there are any plans to make this a full-time permanent release, or just maybe make it like a seasonal release like Pitch Black was at some during much of its lifespan. But regardless, I'm glad I had a chance to try this special flavor, and I'm gonna finish up this can for sure. I really enjoyed that. Thanks so much, Excel Gladiator, and until next time, this has been your host, the Snack Gladiator. Bottoms up. Refreshing. Second pour, second pour, second pour, second pour, second pour.